Good morning from Los Angeles and happy Friday. It's Alissa, Coram, and Ken Shreve here with your market update. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about Intel and Starbucks moving in opposite directions on their quarterly earnings reports. And we're also taking a look at IBD 50 member biotelemetry. But first, let's check in on the major indexes. We're up strongly across the board. Dow leading gains up about 1.1% now, while the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 are each up about 1%. So we're continuing to see strength here. And the strength out of the Dow is notable today, given what we're seeing with Intel.
Yeah, I think stock's getting an early lift today on a Wall Street Journal report that the Fed might be getting closer to winding down its balance sheet. It has been doing a lot of bond buying in recent years, kind of shrinking its balance sheet. They could be near an end to that, and the market does like the sound of that. So futures in the early going, up about 0.5%, but stocks are near session highs and seeing a lot of good action in individual stocks out there.
That's right, and there we have the S&P 500, support after the 50-day and continuing to hold strong. And now let's take a look at Intel. Those shares off session lows, but still down about 6% in heavy volume after a disappointing revenue figure, a revenue miss there for Intel. And this comes after we saw other chip stocks performing really well after their earnings reports.
Yeah, I mean, Intel in the news today, they had a revenue miss. Their guidance for the first quarter, not so good, but the stock is down about 7%. So the Dow's gain of 1% right now, particularly impressive because Intel is a Dow component. But yeah, yesterday, Philadelphia Semiconductor Index up 6%. Huge earnings from Xilinx, some of the best gainers in the NASDAQ 100, KLA 10 Core, Lam Research, the broad-based strength in semiconductor stocks. Thursday was good to see, and Intel kind of an anomaly, not such a great quarter.
Right, and even though we saw it retaking that 200-day line in heavy volume heading into the report, overall a pretty weak-looking chart.
Weak-looking chart with a relative strength line, again, that it really has just been moving sideways. A lot of stocks have been acting well, outperforming the S&P 500. Intel kind of flatlining, not a picture of technical health headed into earnings, and now we know why with that revenue miss and poor guidance.
Right. And Starbucks shares are up about 3.4% in heavy volume after the report. Now, how was Starbucks' report?
It was could have been better, but the stock is grinding higher. So good day for the leaderboard stock. A lot of names in the leaderboard portfolio are performing very, very well. So kind of a shaky day for the stock. Yesterday gave up its 50-day moving average in heavy volume, but the stock is acting well today. Pretty good U.S. same-store sales growth. And sounding pretty optimistic about China as well.
Yeah, accelerating growth on the bottom line, and we amuse ourselves with the puns. All right, and yeah, it's forming that right side of the base and nearing in on a buy point, even though we saw a pretty wild session yesterday.
Yeah, I mean the price action today very strong in the stock. Again, yesterday kind of a not so good. Some sellers in the stock yesterday, but it still has not broken out. Nice move above the 50-day moving average. Still building a base here and is a breakout candidate.
And the relative strength line lagging a little bit.
Relative strength line lagging a little bit, but it has yet to break out. So if it does take out that prior high of 68.98, I'd expect that relative strength line to be shooting into new high ground right along with the stock.
Well, we will be watching for that. And now we want to take a look at biotelemetry on the IBD 50. It has a newly minted handle on its base because those handles take at least 5 trading sessions to form. So now we have officially a handle here for the medical services stock, providing an earlier entry than if it didn't form this handle, then it would have to clear the prior high.
Yeah, it's in a really good technical setup. The stock was featured yesterday in the IBD 50 stocks to watch. Every day, our markets team picks out an IBD 50 stock that is showing compelling technical action, always has good fundamentals as well. So this is a medical device company. Daily chart looking pretty good here. We're still in the early stages of a confirmed uptrend, so looking at bullish technical setups like this is smart. We could see a breakout over a buy point soon, and it's just actually one of many top performers in the IBD 50 right now.
That's right. We have a 0.8% gain in decent volume so far today, so we will be keeping our eye on biotelemetry. And I can't talk all of a sudden. I'm stumbling all over my words. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. We hope you check out investors.com throughout the trading session and after the close to get all the latest market news and analysis. And you can also check out our content across social media. We are on YouTube as well as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So make sure you are following and subscribing for all the latest. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you back here next week.